not seeing in, you won't be able to tell. All right. So, there's the start of my coils. Now, if you want to make your coil pot get wider or narrower, there's a process for doing that as well. And really, if you wanted to make it wider, you will lay the coils on the outside a little bit at a time as it gets wider and wider. If you want to bring on the inside and get narrower, you lay them on the inside, each one a little bit more and more. So let's see if I can make a long enough coil from this piece to show you. So I'm rolling it out. Be a good idea when you're making your coils too that the bottom ones should be thicker and the top ones should at least be slightly thinner than the bottom ones, because you don't want to have these thin bottom ones and then all these heavy thick coils on the top. You want to make the bottom nice and thick and then get narrow as you go up, just so it doesn't collapse on you. Okay, so now I'm going to wet this surface, and because I'm making it all one continuous coil, I'll pick up where I left off, blend that one into this one. Now, if I wanted to get wider, I slowly lay it more and more on the outside. You can see that it starts to take shape as becoming a wider pot. If I want it to get narrower, slowly lay them on the inside. Blend in that last coil. Now it's starting to close on itself. And I'm still going to take my tool and the best that I can blend in some of those coils. So those is the basic process of how you would make a coil pot. You'd want to make sure that you smooth out any imperfections over time. You can use your wire tools to clean up the edges, because remember, once you set the clay aside to dry, however it looks is exactly how it's going to look when it's dry. So any cracks or lines or marks, they're going to be there, and you're not going to be able to change them once it's dry. So now is the time to make sure that it's cleaned up. Something else that you can add to the coil pots is you can kind of add small separate designs out of coils into it. So let's say I roll a very small coil. This one. Now I'm going to make a spiral out of this small coil. Cut that off right here. So now I'm going to add this to my coil here. This part I'm definitely going to slip and score, because it's not going to have all that connection like the other one. So I lay that there. I'm going to blend the space in here. So now that I have that put in place, if I have another coil, I can lay it right over top and keep going, and it kind of changes the pattern of the coils in the pot and really adds an interesting look. So it's something we want to think about for our coil pots. So let's see if I can get a nice coil quickly. Alright. So now this one, I'm going to add my water around my edge. Now I don't want to start right next to it, right here. I'm going to start back a little bit. Back where the last one left off. Blend in my seam, lay it on top. Now as it comes around, I'm going to work it in nice and close. Keep going. Blend that in here. Clean it up with my popsicle stick. Clean up the edges and the inside. So you could add that. That's how you get a new design on your coil pot. I could add another one back here and keep going and build as many as I would like. Okay, to make it interesting. You can also add, let's say if that to me is kind of looking like an eye, I'm going to make like a quick nose that we're going to attach to the outside. So I start with nice cone shape for the nose, kind of pinch out the nostrils, work on the bridge of the nose, use my wire tool to so I have a rough nose that I can attach. Let's say I want to put the nose on the edge of my pot here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slip and score, or score and slip. So I score this up. I know where it's going to be attached. Take my slip, add it in. And now I want to support the inside of the pot so it doesn't collapse. Take this, and I'm going to take my popsicle stick. I'm going to carefully blend it in. I don't want to lose the integrity or the shape of those coils. So I just want to work my nose in here. So attach that one. Just pull the clay down from the sides. Blend in the base. Okay. So you could attach anything that way. The nose could have been any shape. Just happen to choose a nose. But you would slip and score, and you could attach it to the outside as well. That would continue to sculpt. Okay? Those are the basics of coil building, wedging, score and slip, rolling out your coils, using the rolling pin, the water, the tools to create our ceramic project. All right.